celebrity culture has always seemed rather vile to me. And so to see that shift happening where, especially around 2020, we could see that the power was kind of shifting from celebrity culture to the everyday person. Whilst that sounds great, I noticed something rather sinister in that as well. We're now in the home, essentially, right? So therefore, especially when people were working from home during 2020, but now the work doesn't stop. We have to keep feeding an insatiable beast that is social media. And so now you're at home, well, you can get your camera out at any time, you can make content at any time. The lines between what is work and what isn't is becoming extremely blurred. But because these platforms are now monetizing as well, people are finding other income streams as well. At the time that the governmental structures are becoming more stringent about how we earn, and cost of living is absolutely abysmal. So people are going to be more inclined to make these things in order to keep this kind of system going. On the flip side of that, when we're talking about the sociality and everything else, I would argue that due to like the globalization brought about by social media, Black people, I can speak for specifically, or speak about specifically, have been able to garner a kind of collective integrity and voice that was otherwise denied to us because of legacy media and because of the hierarchical structures in place. So, for instance, if somebody did get, become a victim of police brutality, the channels through which you could hear about that story accurately, very, very few. But what social media allowed was for us to be able to tell our own stories. Finally, people were able to are able to be seen on their own terms. Ultimately, I'm grateful for what social media has provided to a certain degree, because we've been able to be our own sort of journalists. We know that, for instance, right now, the atrocities taking place in the world, if it wasn't for the people who are in these spaces themselves with a camera phone, with a social media platform, we wouldn't know the extent, the gravity of what's happening, and then be able to collectively speak out against it. If we're talking about sociality in terms of, oh, I'm not meeting up with my mates and having a laugh, yeah, we could argue that that's been skewed in some way. But in terms of mobilization, what we've been able to do to push against particular types of regimes, and also to educate each other across spheres, that's really invaluable. Hence, nefarious characters buying shares in companies and in order to strangulate said platforms, so we can't use those as modalities or vehicles to share the same messages in the same way.